Good morning. The committee will come to order. We're here today to consider the status of U.S. and North American energy and resource security, to review our production, our imports, and our exports, and where we are as a country, as a continent, in light of them. The good news, I think, is that we are in a much better place today than even a few short years ago. It was not long ago that peak oil and the need for LNG imports dominated policy discussions here on Capitol Hill. Prices were high, our production levels were low, and our energy security was at risk as a result of outside decisions and disruptions, particularly those in the Middle East. But I think we've seen that times have changed, and I would say for the better. Due to tremendous innovation and technological advances, our nation has moved away from energy scarcity and isolation. We're in the midst of a significant surge in oil and natural gas production, with renewables making a noteworthy contribution. We've also taken steps to open up our markets, especially by lifting the ban on export of domestic crude oil, which by all accounts stands as a smart, timely, and beneficial move. Today, we are far more energy secure than at any point in recent memory. And we've reached a point where energy dominance, to borrow the administration's phrase, has become a real and legitimate policy goal. We're in a position to export energy to our allies, lessening their dependence on unfriendly and unpredictable regimes around the world. And that will allow us to create new jobs, generate new revenues, and improve our balance of trade, while also providing affordable and reliable energy supplies to countries around the world. OPEC no longer holds all of the cards when it comes to the price of oil. Our friends in Europe and Asia have an excellent new option to reduce their dependence on natural gas from Russia. This administration, I think, deserves support for its efforts to increase access to keep these good trends going. Alaska is certainly ready to help strengthen our energy security. We are the most resource-rich state in the nation. We currently account for 6% of the total energy production in the United States, but we have the opportunity to do a lot more. Given recent discoveries both onshore and offshore in Alaska, along with our longstanding efforts to produce in our National Petroleum Reserve, the non-wilderness portion of ANWR, and our offshore Arctic, we can and should celebrate this 40th anniversary of the Trans-Alaska Pipeline by agreeing to refill it. Doing so would help our economy, our budget, and our energy security, while at the same time making sure that we protect the environment. Of course, oil and gas are just a part of the energy security picture. We have abundant coal reserves, significant growth in renewable generation, a large nuclear fleet, and a reliable electric grid. Yet we should also recognize that some developments, especially those in nuclear energy, are not as positive and threaten our longstanding global leadership in key fields. And we can't forget about our mineral security either. It is routinely ignored, but increasingly critical to our future. We're becoming more and more reliant on minerals for everything from smartphones and solar panels to advanced defense systems. But our mineral security has fallen dramatically year after year. I believe that we have to pay greater attention to this, and we have to take steps to resolve it. This morning's hearing is also an opportunity to recognize our close ties with our neighbors, Canada and Mexico, which also have dynamic energy sectors. We've long had robust energy trade with both nations through both electric grids and pipeline systems. And as we look to what the future will hold, we should consider not only our national security, but also our continental security and the significant benefits that will provide to us. I want to welcome our distinguished panel, who will help us understand what is happening in global markets and with geopolitics, from domestic production and export policies to potential sanctions on other nations. There is a lot to consider, to understand, and to work through right now. So I thank you all for being here to share your expertise with us. Look forward to your testimony. At this time, I will turn to Ranking Member Cantwell for her comments.